The pipes are calling.
Well, how about that? We are here on a rainy Friday afternoon in the park. I'm joined by Angela, and it's Elvis Fest.
I feel like I'm being taken back in time with these tunes.
That's right, and not only do we have the flashback of Elvis performing, but we've got the Peach City Beach Cruise on this weekend as well. And from here to all the way down to the Sycamoose, there are cool cars parking all weekend long.
So we have all of that to show you and all of this for you to listen to.
Now there are people on reservations and out in the ghetto.
Well, I've got a honka burning love for these sideburns. I'm here with Christopher Blaine. He is an amateur Elvis tribute artist, and he's been doing this for about 3 years now. So, Christopher, how did you get into this?
Well, I come from a musical background from Winnipeg, and when I moved here, I went to a couple of the events, and I've always loved Elvis, loved the movies. That's why I became a fan. And I thought, you know what, I've been doing the odd singing karaoke, I thought I'd give this a shot. And I came up here and got hooked ever since, yeah.
Well, this is my first time at the event. I think I'm getting hooked. How do you do it? Can you give me some pointers?
It starts off with a voice, first and foremost. That's the key thing. That's the most important thing when the judges go by. So you start to go with a bit of a drawl, you know, everything you talk like, and you have a little bit of southern accent in there, and it goes like that. You got to move a little bit of the lip. You know, if you can get one of the lip, a little up like that, and when it works like that. And then you got to work on the moves. You know, it's always about the hip shaking. You know, things like that. You know, like that. So, if you want to try that, it's just basically getting on the kneel. You know, like this.
Like this?
Yeah, he likes to get down on one hand. And, you know.
What do I do with my other hand?
Well, if you microphone this hand, he's always using his right hand. You hold your microphone.
Well, Christopher, what do you think of this? Do I have it down? Do I have it nailed?
Not too bad, not too bad. Can I see you next year?
I will have to work on my sideburn first.
Elvis tribute artists come in all shapes and sizes, and as a case in point, we've got Jaden all the way from Edmonton here, 14 years old, looking very sharp. How did you get into performing as Elvis?
Well, my dad has always been a big Elvis fan, and I always have been a Beatles fan. And one day, he said to me, it's a lot easier to be one guy than to find 3 other guys with the same passion and commitment that I have for it. So that's sort of when I started.
That makes a lot of sense, right? You can't be the Beatles, so you might as well be Elvis.
Yeah.
Now, this is very cool. We're talking to last year's winner of the Penticton Elvis Festival, Johnny Lee Memphis.
Yep.
And now, this takes me a bit aback because I look at you, you look like Elvis, I hear you sing, you sound like Elvis, and then you talk and you sound like
Scottish. Yeah, well, you know, I can turn it on, turn it off. You know, it depends if I'm performing, and I tend to put the accent on a little bit, you know, while I'm singing.
Turn it on.
Yeah, turn it on. Well, I'd just like to say it's real nice to meet you. You're a real pretty girl, and you'd be in real trouble if I was single, I'll tell you that right now.
Wow, you're good. Well, Doug wants to know if he sounds like Elvis, if he can look like Elvis too. Would you judge him right now?
But this is very intimidating, of course.
You're fine. I'm sure you do great.
I don't want to be a tiger, 'cause tigers play too rough. I don't want to be a lion, 'cause lions ain't the kind you love enough.
I just don't want to be. People try to put on an Elvis voice. First of all, they always try to go just low, they think. Elvis' voice is low. But sometimes, you know, it wasn't always low. You know, people just always assume that Elvis's voice was low.
Right.
It was in a lot of songs, but you know, when you went, "Oh baby, let me," straight into like the low voice, right? Something, but Elvis would sing like, "Oh baby, let me be loving teddy bear." You know, it was quite light and soft sometimes. You know, when I was doing it in the movie anyway. That was.
Wow, okay. Well, that was a little bit of a masterclass. Thank you so much.
It was great to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you. And thanks for coming back.
To meet you.
For the rest of my days, I'll never part from you or your loving ways.
When Forrest Mackay was 12 years old, he always knew that he wanted a muscle car. So 8 years later, here he is with his dream car. Forrest, tell us all about this beauty here.
So it's a 1969 Dodge Dart 340 Swinger. It's all original paint color. Everything's been done to it. It's a rotisserie restoration. When I bought the car, there was no drivetrain in it. Did a full motor rebuild, transmission rebuild. All the upholstery's been done to it. It's pretty much brand new.
So as a 12-year-old, how did you know I am going to take an old car and make it new and shiny again?
I didn't know how, but I just knew I had to. It's just something I had to do. And started saving up, working with my dad when I was 12, and finally convinced my parents to let me buy one when I was 16. I finished the car 30 minutes before my high school graduation, turned the key right before I had to leave, started it right up, and drove right to my high school graduation and proved everyone wrong that said I couldn't do it.
Well, that's it for Go Okanagan. I'm gonna ride off into the sunset with my new Ford 59 Ranchero.
Angelo, what are you doing?
I'm heading off now.
Can I get a ride? This thing's super cool.
Not up front, you can sit in the back.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.